Welcome to another episode of the A-List Music Club. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Truth. And with me, as always, are Dominic and John. How's it going tonight, guys?
Good.
And, of course, this is the show where each week a different one of us picks an album, CD, playlist, whatever, and the others listen to it. This time it was Dominic's turn, so why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you picked?
I picked an album that before this, I had never listened to it in its entirety. It had two songs that made some radio airplay, and I loved both of them. So I decided we should try and listen to Roxy Music's Siren album that have the songs Love is the Drug and one of my top probably 50 songs of all time, Both Ends Burning. So I'll start it off. I liked it a lot. I never got into Roxy music too much. In fact, the only things I knew from them were the song Love is the Drug and Both Ends Burning. And then in the 80s, they had a song called Avalon. But I think that might have just been Brian Ferry, but it might have also been on a Roxy music album called Avalon.
Yeah, it's Roxy music.
I liked the album a lot. I really did. Brian Ferry's voice is kind of an acquired taste. It's very different. But like the song Both Ends Burning, when he starts singing at the end and carrying out those long notes, you realize what a really good voice he does have. I really like this. I would recommend it. I would listen to it probably over and over again. A couple of the songs were but most of them, I think for the most part, a pretty solid album.
I would never claim to be a Roxy music fan. I have a greatest hits. I know Avalon, Love is the Drug, More Than This. I know their version of Jealous Guy. Like, I know 4 or 5 songs, a couple of his solo songs. So greatest hits was all I ever had. And, I just thought they were a little too sophisticated for me. A little too, highbrow. I wouldn't get the lyrics. And too, So this is my first Roxy music album. Love is a Drug, of course, is a classic. Good song. I didn't really care for Both Ends Burning as much as you did. I didn't hate it, but I like Just Another High. That's a good song. What was the one that's like 2 minutes of instrumental? I thought, this must be an instrumental. Then he starts singing. I'm like, what the hell?
The third song. Yeah, I thought that too. I'm like, is this like a sound effects? Like 3 minutes of sound effects? Like the soundtrack to Eraserhead or something?
I thought it was like an instrumental. I'm like, are they doing instrumental? I didn't know that. Then he starts singing, like, this is the same song?
2.5 minutes in?
He probably wouldn't win any singing contests, but he's not terrible. Like you said, Dom, he's just sort of an acquired taste. Some songs he sounds great. Some songs it's like, I didn't know they had like guitar solos, or some songs are a little rocky, and like I didn't know they did this.
Yeah,
I just thought they were like, I don't know, sophisticated version of the Cars.
Yeah.
Which I hear a little bit in here. So I hear some of that new wavy.
Yeah.
Some jazz. I think got a little bit of everything going on here.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know that this makes me a fan. I'm probably not going to listen to this again or get into their catalog. But I enjoyed it for what it was. It was good. I had on my headphones at work while I was working. I didn't care for some of those songs. Is that the Sentimental Fools, the instrumental one? Just kind of Or that could have happened to me. I didn't really, but
Yeah.
yeah, not bad. I've heard worse. It wasn't Nantucket.
Yeah, or any of the bands that you choose.
Damn, that hurts.
Yeah, I thought the cover art was really cool with the mermaid on it. I thought it was a pretty strong album for most of it. This band is one that sounded ahead of their time, I think. There wasn't a whole lot of music like this coming out when they were out. The only
I think, what was this? This album was what, 1975, I think.
Yeah.
October of 1975. Yep.
Yeah.
I wasn't even born yet.
This was even pre-disco.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only song that I ever knew them was "Love Is the Drug," obviously, which I really like that song. And even the Oscar Isaac, Carla Gugino version from Sucker Punch. That's on my playlist too. But I like the original more, of course. End of the Line, I like. It's interesting with violins in it. And me and Dominic were listening to it in the car, and we said it kind of reminded us both of a Rolling Stones song at points, that one. So yeah, like I could hear some of that. I could hear some Bob Dylan at points. I could hear his voice sort of sounded like Tiny Tim as well. In the next, I have that. It sounded like Tiny Tim at times. That was the Sentimental Fool with the 2.5 minute intro. But they're kind of weird songs too in a way. But I enjoyed them. Whirlwind, I thought was kind of funny, and he kind of sounded like he was singing like a horse. Whoa! And like She Sells, he's like doing seagull calls in that song. So and I like Both Ends Burning. Like John, I wasn't like huge on it, but I liked it. Then I thought the album kind of fizzled out a little bit. Like it wasn't bad, but I was sort of like, all right, I think I'm good. But for the most part, I liked it. It was interesting to say the least.
Good.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of trivia, but
Okay.
the girl on the cover is Jerry Hall.
Yep.
Who was Mick Jagger's girlfriend for 30 years, whatever,
forever. Weren't they ever married? I thought they got married, Jerry Hall.
Did they get married? I don't remember they ever got married.
Did.
They were together a long time.
Yeah.
All their album covers have girls on it. If you ever get a chance, check them out. This is their only American top 40 hit, is Love Is the Drug.
Wow.
Yep.
That's it. I think, like you said, Wes, they're a little hard to categorize, and I don't know that the radio knew what to do with them kind of back then. Like, they're not really a rock band. They're not really a rock band. They're not jazz. They're just sort of, I wasn't alive back then, so Dom, you would know better than me, but they probably were hard to market, I'm sure.
Yeah. Love Is the breakout hit, and Both Ends Burning got a lot of airplay.
I Love the Drug, I can see it's catchy. It sticks in your head. But some of this other stuff is a little out there, a little bit. I can see not getting played on the radio.
Right.
Yeah, that's all I really have. If you get a chance, that song Avalon is beautiful. I love that song.
That is a wonderful song.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It should have been a bigger hit than it was, but
I'll check that one out.
I don't know about the whole album, but that song is great.
All right, let's rate this pig.
All right.
I'll start it off. For me, and this is just my opinion, Love Is the Drug and Both Ends Burning makes this album a 6 right off the bat without hearing any of the other songs. Because I think those songs are that good. So I'm going to actually give this an 8. I enjoy it, and I would definitely would listen to it again. And I'd probably check out their catalog. I mean, sometimes I like this weird type of shit, you know?
Oh.
I kind of picture it as like background party music.
Like Robert Downey Jr.'s album.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you get some friends over. You don't want nothing too loud and obnoxious, so you can still talk over it, but nothing that puts people to sleep. It's just kind of that. It's kind of what I got.
Okay, I can see that.
Not in a bad way. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it much like that. It wasn't terrible, but it's not something I was into or I'd get into again. So it's probably like a 6 for me.
And I will split the difference with a 7.
All righty.
Your pick,
All
Wes,
right.
right?
Yeah, so this next time it's going to be my turn to pick the song.
Yeah, icicle shit or whatever it is.
And well, this time we've been given kind of a request, I suppose, by another member of John's podcast from the We Like Wrestling podcast, and that is Jared, asked if I would pick this song for all of us to check, or this album for all of us to check out, and that is by the band Ice Nine Kills, who I never heard of. I know Dominic did. And they are, this album is inspired by a lot of horror movies, which I think is perfect timing because we're coming up on Halloween. And it has to do with horror movies. And I mean, that's just perfect for the A-list. So this is a great idea, Jared. Watching this. And so we're going to pick this album, Ice Nine Kills. The Silver Scream is what the album is called.
Yeah, I think every song is related to a horror movie.
Yeah, I think there's Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all the classics. All right. Speaking of the podcast, John, you want to go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about it?
Yeah, We Like Wrestling podcast. It's a weekly podcast. It's 3 guys sitting around talking about wrestling, any and everything wrestling related. Pay-per-views, tournaments, just news, current events, you name it, we talk about it. We're on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you find podcasts. We're on YouTube, We Like Wrestling Podcast. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, We Like Wrestling Podcast.
All right. And of course, for me, you can subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/Westside of 515. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/WestTroopAlist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and Instagram @WestAlist. Until next time, Troop out.